Hello. Before we start today's episode, if you would like a condensed version of what I'm talking about in this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to the Perfectionist Guide. You can read the entire thing in 3 minutes or less. To access this, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/newsletter. Are you a bit of a perfectionist? Type A, hyper performer? Then you know that having the audacity to see an ideal and bring it into reality while breaking generational habits of hustle can be tough, but it doesn't have to be. If you are ready to burn bright instead of burning out, to lead without losing yourself, and to enjoy the life you have worked so hard to create, then keep listening. I'm your host, America's leader on rewiring perfectionism, CLG, and this is Perfectionism Rewired, the podcast. Welcome to Perfectionism Rewired. As perfectionists, we were always told to do our best. Oftentimes, our 100% is other people's 1000% because of that Ferrari drive we have inside, motor that we just can't turn off. And this is how great things could be. When perfectionists come to me, they'll say, my perfectionism, it's debilitating. They feel they always need to be doing their best. So it's like I'm falling short everywhere, even the main area where I'm spending the majority of my time. Let's say doing your best is like a hammer, and that's the tool that you've been using for most of your life. When you need to screw bolts into a drawer, that hammer is not going to help you. Same thing when it comes to doing your best. So what do I propose instead? Not doing subpar work, not doing B- work, not being mediocre. We'll have none of that here on Perfectionism Rewired. Instead, you shift to doing what is required. Required does not mean bare minimum. Here's where I've seen this supercharged rocket ship booster my own growth. There were times, and there still are times, that me doing my best, which comes who I'm being, is not hitting the requirements in the moment. That is when you have the opportunity, and playing this perfectionist game, having it all, that you get to do what is required, be who is required. If you're inside the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, I give you power-ups that are super cool tools to make this even easier. Sometimes what happens is that we say, well, I gave it my best. And it's a low-key way of giving up and sort of abdicating responsibility, because we're like, well, I did my best. I know that none of us are like, okay, I'm at the top of my game. I never want to improve or grow. Your best today is not going to be your best tomorrow. And 10 months from now, your best is going to be at a whole other level. Because when you do what is required, it eliminates the overworking. I catch this with myself all the time because I love a good detail. I always think about, oh, this could be improving more, that could be improving more on my website, for example. And when I look at that, I'm just like, well, I could do it, but it's like, what is required? It's required that people have a way of contacting me. Okay. And it also helps you go back in and look at the bigger game of your life, because sometimes what happens is that we're so down in the weeds as perfectionists, just going, that we lose sight of that larger perspective. Because a lot of times, busy work fools us and tricks us into thinking that we're being productive and that we are taking strides forward. Where when you tell yourself, I will do what is required, that forces you in a positive way to be like, well, what is required of me? It makes it so it's less about living that checkbox type life, which we want to get away from, because as a perfectionist, having a plan is not going to save you. And this podcast and what I'm about is all about getting to the root cause to solve this, so that as a perfectionist, you can be flourishing, you can be thriving, and your perfectionistic tendencies are there to propel you forward. All key 4 pillars of your life are on fire: your personal relationships, your inner peace, your prosperity, your just overall person, and your body, health. Everything is just like, woof. It's right there. The way that happens is by looking at what is required. Let's say you are looking for a new job because you're overworking, under earning currently. Doing what is required would be, this week, I'm going to have 10 conversations with humans at companies that I would want to work for, and then I know that my talents would add to the stack, right? Do you see that's just a subtle twist, by the way? Instead of being like, I'm going to look for jobs for an hour. No, we're leveling up here. Okay, so I'm going to have 10 conversations. I'm deciding I'm going to do it Monday through Friday, and I'm going to do 2 conversations a day. Okay, I'm going to make that happen. It's 7 p.m. on Tuesday, and I'm so tired. I don't really feel like it. I'm not going to put it off. And I'm like, well, I did my best. I didn't know. It's like, I'm going to do what's required. So I'm going to hop on LinkedIn and I'm going to have 2 conversations. Like I'm going to make that happen. And in that moment, when you do that, you are leveling yourself up. Ask yourself today, where across the core 4 pillars, where in person, your body, where in presence, when it comes to your relationships, where in prosperity, your career and talents, and where in your inner peace, where is it that you are not doing what is required? What is it that is required of you in order for you to not make 2023 another year where you almost did XYZ? If this feels difficult for you, or it feels like an affront to who I am as a human being to not give it my best, then I invite you to come inside the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, because what we do in there is we make it a game. So you're not spending any of your precious time or energy wondering, is this good enough? Did I do what's required? We figure it out together, and you just get to be in that delicious momentum. If you're interested in the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, there's a link in the show notes, and you can also go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/accelerator, because as a perfectionist, I just want you to know you're always doing your best. Instead, let's level it up, and that means that you are going to do what is required. Side quest for you. If requirement sounds harsh, use another word. Don't get stuck on the word. I like required because it brings a sense of a tangible outcome of like what is required. If I don't know is coming up, that's a huge sign it's time to optimize and leverage your perfectionism, because I don't know does not exist in the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator. That just goes away. Now off you go.